1 year ago, I created a video called Brown University Video Portfolio, and I submitted this video along with my written application to Brown. And we know how that went. Now that I'm 1 year older, I will be giving commentary on my video while giving you guys advice, telling you what you should be doing and what you should definitely avoid. Let's go. Hi, my name is Arnav Gupta, and I attend... Well, I think it'd be kind of boring if I just, talked at you from this one camera angle. So I say we go on a little adventure. But before we do that, let me get ready really quickly. Okay, so right off the bat, I just wanted to point out that this hook is really, really boring. And to be fair, the hooks in my videos are not really that great, and that's something I do need to work on. However, this is going to be submitted to an admissions committee, and they're going through hundreds, if not thousands of these in one application cycle. And having a hook that is very memorable is something that is important, especially in a video when they can just see your face and they can put your personality and who you look like to your application essay itself. It's really important that you're able to grab someone's attention immediately, because that really translates into your application, which is more important than the video, obviously, but still, having that extra X factor really pushes you over the edge and allows you to gain that advantage over other students. Another thing I want to point out is the quality of this video isn't the greatest. If you notice, it's only at 720p. Having it at 180p or 4K would be best. However, I didn't have a camera that could record at such a high quality during that time. Whenever you're recording your videos, make sure you record at the best quality possible. They say you can tell who a person is by the people they surround themselves with. Unfortunately, it's not that easy to just grab the people closest to me for an interview because, well, scheduling. Okay, I tried to make a joke here. It was pretty bad. It also puts me in a bad light right off the bat, saying that, oh, maybe I'm not capable of accomplishing such big things. So instead, I just kind of, gave you guys this room tour. I was a little sloppy. If you can see here in the bottom, you can see my keyboard on the bed. And I do think that a room tour isn't really the most creative idea for a video portfolio. If you look at other people's portfolios, they have a really interesting concept to them, and they usually have a storyline around it or some sort of way they can build themselves up as a character. This is just kind of, So the next best thing is what's usually around me. And now that that's ready, we can finally go on our little adventure. So let's take a room tour. Now the first thing I'm going to show... Yeah, so a room tour isn't really great because although it is a good way of showing who you are as a person, it doesn't really appeal to someone who's watched probably hundreds of these room tours, because obviously they're going through lots of these every day, and so just watching another room tour is kind of boring. I do like the fact that I switched camera angles and made it more interactive and made it feel like that I'm bringing you along with me. I don't see that in a lot of the better videos, because a lot of them they're kind of just talking at you and not with you, like you're having a conversation. And I think that's a good way to bring someone into your video. Is what's next to my bed. Obviously, we have the essentials. But having a bunch of books right by my bed, that's an absolute must. Now, one of my favorite things I have... Okay, that doesn't really tell me anything about who I am as a person, because everyone has books. Is this book light right here. And it's pretty cool because it's not only small and rechargeable, but whatever. This doesn't tell you anything about me. It just tells you that I like to read, and a lot of people like to read. It's not really unique or something that would make me a standout applicant. Again, that's another big mistake on my part. I've essentially wasted half of my time telling them nothing, and because of this 2-minute time limit, that just kind of goes to show how really inefficiently I've used my time, and that's definitely not a great thing. It's super strong. Look at this light, and you can just attach it to any book, and look at that. The next thing I want to talk about is, so something to consider when making your video is, what am I putting out there that will provide more value to the application committee? Is what I'm giving to the committee something that will make them see me in a better light. Another way to think about it is, am I giving them new information? This right here. Taekwondo has been a part of me for as long as I can remember now. And last summer I achieved this. So some of this footage isn't really great. I was really rushed on making this video. I only had 3 or 4 hours to film, edit, and publish this video. It's important to really take your time on these things, because if you don't, it would just leave a really bad impression to the admissions committee. And instead of helping your application, it would just make you look like a less qualified applicant. Really make sure what you're providing is of value. I actually talk a lot about Taekwondo in my application because it is a huge part of who I am, but I think I could have used these past 20 seconds as an opportunity to showcase something new about myself. And that should be pretty obvious, but I see a lot of people who just regurgitate what they put into their common application in their video portfolio. And I think the best way to approach these types of open-ended questions is to try and introduce new information about yourself, because that really puts you across as a diverse and multi-talented applicant. And that's important when you're applying to these very high prestigious programs in schools, because they want a diverse class. Having a group of kids who are able to excel in so many different areas is pretty important to them. And so if you've already talked a lot about something in your written application, try not to include it in your video application, because it's already been stated multiple times. And so you're just wasting 2 minutes of perfectly good, completely new space on something that's been restated. 4th degree level 2 black belt. I truly believe that I wouldn't be who I am without Taekwondo. Next, I think these are better videos of my Taekwondo experience. Again, I wish I could have chosen something a little more accurate or a little better. And I think it's important to take your time when choosing these clips, especially when you're talking about past events or things that you have done, because showing these things is what admissions committee gets the impression of off of you. And so picking the best clips or the best videos is really important. My piano. I love learning new music. It's incredible what just a few symbols can do. And in fact, so me performing in a recital 2 times does not really showcase my love for music. Another way I could have shown my passion for playing piano would be maybe playing a piano piece or a short piano melody, because that really shows, I can actually play the piano, and it's just not a clip of me playing in the recital. I think that's more fun and interactive than, oh, you can play the piano. Like, everyone can play the piano and do it in a recital, but how many people can play a melody, or how many people can play something original and put it in a video? That's completely new. Just kind of small things like that, small ways to really make a difference or make an impression on people is what will put you over the edge. I love learning new music. It's incredible what just a few symbols can do. And in fact, I recently picked up the guitar. And the last thing I'm going to show you is my desk. And if we remove the mouse and keyboard, we can see where all the magic happens. Yeah, so that doesn't really tell me anything about who I am as a person. Like, I can put anything on my desk and say anything I want. And yes, the prompt for this video is very open-ended, but it should still have some sort of meaning or direction. Just showing my desk doesn't really mean anything at all. I just wasted a few seconds of my time. I love 3D printing stuff. Just look at this, and even this. Okay, so I did showcase something new, which is my love for 3D printing, and I do really enjoy 3D printing quite a bit. It's pretty cool what you can make in AutoCAD. So I do think that I should have spent more time on that area, especially because I didn't mention 3D printing way too much in my application. And it's something I could have expanded upon and would have been completely new information to the admissions committee. So finding small pieces of information like that about yourself takes time, and it'll take more than 3 hours. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me. Thank you so much for your time, and remember to do what you love and live life without regrets. Bye-bye. Okay, that was pretty lame. I do think it's pretty funny how you can see the progression of time in me recording the video. You can see that the window just gets significantly darker as the video goes on, showing that I did this all in one day in a few hours. So I do think there's quite a lot of stuff for me to work on, especially considering that over 75% of the video was me restating old information on my application process. Making sure that you utilize every single opportunity you get in your application to make an impact and to make an impression, and showcase who you are as a person through diversity and uniqueness is important, because again, admissions committee is reading through hundreds and thousands of applications, and essays and even watching hundreds of these videos. And so if they just see another person doing a room tour, they'll probably put your video and your application in the trash. I do think that these types of videos and more creative prompts and open-ended projects will be more prevalent in applications in the future, especially considering the rise of AI and how competitive the academic scene has gotten. So being creative and being able to express yourself in multiple mediums is pretty important. Thank you for watching me react to my own video. You can check out the original here or in the description box down below. Also, please like and subscribe and leave a comment telling me what you want to see next. Adios.